Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Hi.
see you.
So I just wanted to, for you, Gloria, first off, I wanted to know, not many of us will have the experience of having our life turned into a big movie. So I wanted to know what that feeling was like, just like that first moment you stepped on a set, what emotions were running through you, seeing your whole just experience being recreated.
Well, first of all, I just had faith that Julie was going to tell the emotional truth in ways I couldn't imagine. And she invented all kinds of things like a Greyhound bus through time in order to do that. But my hope is that it is, we each have a story. Some poet said, the universe is not composed of atoms, it's composed of stories. So my greatest hope is that you will tell your story and people watching will tell their story and understand that that's how we learn. That's how we discover that we're not alone, that there is a community, that in all of our, diverse selves, and that we can go forward together. So if this ends up with people wanting to tell their story, I'll be happy.
And for both of you, one thing that I loved about this was how it included other activists like Florence and people who maybe aren't as well known. And I wanted to know why that was an important aspect for both you as a director and you in your memoir in general.
Well, I felt that was one of the exciting parts that I learned about the feminist movement in this time, was that women of color, not just Flo Kennedy and Dorothy Pittman Hughes, African-American women, but also Wilma Mankiller, the first female Cherokee chief, and Bella Abzug, who was such an incredible, outspoken activist as well. Dolores Huerta, who's still with us today. These women of color were as critical and even were at the forefront of the women's movement. And most people don't know that. They actually are mistaken and think that it was a white woman's movement, which it wasn't and isn't. So though the book was based on Gloria's own life, her life is the composite of her relationships and her fighting and standing next to these other women. So if it inspires women, actually viewers, to go out and find out more about Flo Kennedy, great, because there will be movies of her. I mean, Lorraine Toussaint is phenomenal, right? So, that's good.
Yes, it's one of the great sadnesses and sources of anger to me that the way the women's movement has been reported on, because even if you look at national public opinion polls, you can see that something like 90% of women of color support equality in general, and say supported Hillary Clinton, for instance, and half or less than half of white women do. And it has ever been thus. So it drives me crazy. Right. So I'm so grateful to have this movie, which will be seen by many more people than see my little articles where I say I'm going crazy.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
The living proof, right?
Absolutely. Congratulations to you guys. It's an amazing project, and I'm so excited for everyone to see it.
Thank you so much, Annabel.
Thank you.